It's the story of a little boy, probably 12 to 15 years old. Understand this. Business is bad for this little boy. His mother made him some sandwiches of barley, the cheapest kind of bread, and some fried fish. How many of you know what fried fish and bread tastes like? About aki and buljol. You can't get them things up here. As a matter of fact, when I wasn't saved and would be playing cards all day and gambling, I had a favorite sandwich. Would run into the parlor, say, give me a bread and pepper. Cut the bread, put some pepper sauce in it, and we're good to go. You see, people like me could survive in any condition. Because I'm not blasting anything. I didn't grow up with knife and fork. Yeah, man, we jump in there, break a piece of sugar cane, eat the thing, pick a mango from somebody's fruit. They look at you a little funny if you take a few, but they'll give you one. I mean, we grew up very, very nice. I kind of feel sorry for today's kids because all they eat is junk and more junk, and they put it in nice wrappings, and they fool them. The sugar content is so much, the kids are becoming obese, and we don't know where we're going. I think modern marketing know how to stretch our kids. Here is a little boy. Mother sent him out with a little basket full of sandwiches. Understand how bad business is. Counting up the number of people here, 20,000 at least. There were 5,000 men. If you put one woman to it, that's another 5,000. If you put 2 kids to a family, that's another 10,000. Literally, there were minimum 20,000 people on the mountainside. Business was so bad for this boy. By the end of the day, he still had 5 sandwiches left. Nobody was buying. What was he going to do with this little business that was going bad? John chapter 6. Verse 3, and Jesus went up into a mountain, and there he sat with his disciples. The Passover, a feast of the Jews, was near. And by the time Jesus lifted up his eyes, he saw a great company of people came to him. Now watch how this account goes a little way off from the normal. And Jesus said to Philip, when shall we buy bread that these may eat, Philip? And I think Philip was the one responsible for the meal. No aspersions on our Philip here. But Philip was the man who catered for the disciples and made sure they had food. You'll find in John that Philip went down into the city to buy food for Jesus while he remained at the well. Tell me where we are going to buy bread that these may eat. And this he said to prove him, for he himself knew what he was going to do. I like that. Jesus has an answer before the problem arises. Jesus already knew what he was going to do. Jesus is the man with a plan. I hear Mr. Obama have a plan. I hear Mr. McCain have a plan. I have everybody have a plan. I don't know if those plans are going to work, but I tell you, Jesus is a man with a master plan. He has a plan for your life. You know why you are going through what you're going through? Not because Jesus doesn't have a plan for you or an answer for your problem. He already knows what he's going to do for you. So he comes to ask you, hey, what are you going to do? He throws the ball in your court and see how you're going to respond. This he did to prove him. In the other account, Philip said, Master, he began to calculate. If we buy 200 pennyworth, which is a year's salary of bread, and share the bread, we wouldn't even have enough to give a little piece to everybody.